Bhagavad Gita chapter 8 deals with attaining the Supreme. By always remaining in tune with the Lord through pure love, one can ever remain united with the Divine. Up next, our resident Vedic scholar M.K. Angajan expounds on the lessons of this chapter.
The 8th chapter of the Bhagavad Gita is entitled Akshara Brahma Yoga, the yoga of imperishable Brahman. This chapter gives out 28 verses describing that only God is imperishable, changeless reality. Everything else in this world is perishable, temporary. God is all-pervading. God is everywhere. God is not stuck in the temple or a church or a mosque. However, if we need to identify with God, if we need to contact God, we have to look within. In this world, there is imperishable Brahman, the supreme reality, and the perishable world. You want to focus upon God, or we want to focus upon the world? If we continuously focus upon God in and through all our activities, we get what we focus. Whereas, if our focus of attention is only upon the world and the pleasures that the world gives, we of course get momentary pleasure, temporary pleasure. The law is that as you think, so you become. At the moment, we have a choice. The choice that we have is to focus one of the two aspects of the world. The world gives us opportunities. The world also offers challenges. If we continuously focus upon opportunities, we will find more and more blessings, more and more opportunities come to us. Whereas, if we focus upon difficulties, problems and challenges, chances are we will encounter more and more difficulties and challenges. You analyze the life of any human being, any individual, you find it is the thought that has created the life of that individual. Do we want to invest our thought upon God, upon spiritual activity? We get closer to God. If we continuously invest our thoughts in worldly negative activities, we become negative. One of the concepts that the 8th chapter of the Bhagavad Gita, verse 6, deals with the idea of rebirth. We believe that our next birth will be according to the type of thought that we entertain at the last moment, just before our death. Yes, it is true, but the truth is that the last thought will be according to the type of thought that we have been entertaining throughout our life. If we have been engaging in a lot of spiritual activities, spiritual thought, noble deeds throughout our life, our last thought just before death will be noble, will be positive. Therefore, in our next life, we will be born into a noble, spiritual, at the same time, prosperous environment. Whereas, if our activities throughout our life has been negative, selfish, egocentric, all the time thinking about gratifying our selfish desires at the expense of somebody else. If we are engaged in those kind of negative thought throughout our life, what would happen is the last thought bound to be negative. Therefore, if we want our last thought to be divine, noble, positive, we got to make sure that our efforts, is positive throughout our life, only then our last thought can be positive and noble.
Gandhiji once said, "If we want real peace in this world, we should start educating children." And that means being a role model yourself. So to make a positive difference in the lives of our little ones, do keep up your sadhana. Prem Namaste.